What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 23rd volume of the CTC Lightning Round Review, where every Friday we take a look at 8 new products hitting grocery store shelves right now. And this time, because it's the beginning of the year, it's an all cereal edition for the first time ever, and I couldn't be more excited. We've got so many weird things. Hostess Twinkies cereal, 2 different flavors of Eggo Waffle cereal. We've got Trix with marshmallows that are troll-shaped, Hershey Kisses cereal, 2 new types of Cheerios, toasted coconut, and a new flavor of Oat Crunch called Oats and Honey, and last but certainly not least, Jolly Rancher cereal. So lots of crazy products that I never would have guessed were ever going to hit the market, but I'm very excited that they are. As usual, Ryan and I are about to turn off the cameras. We're going to try all 8 of these cereals, and when we come back, we're going to hit you guys with a capsule countdown, ranking from worst to first, all 8 of these new products, and giving all of these new products a gimmick grade so you know just how interesting the concept is. But as a spoiler, they're going to get good grades. Anyway.
Jolly Rancher box.
I know, man. Anyway, stay tuned, guys, and we will be right back. And we're back, and coming in at 8th place on today's Capsule Countdown, aka last place, is the Hershey Kisses cereal. And do not believe the press releases that are out there. This is not a Walmart exclusive. As you can see, I have it in a reasonably sized box that I got at ShopRite. And over there, $4.29. And here's what it looks like. It's pretty close to a Hershey Kiss design there. So they did a pretty good job of taking the Hershey Kiss and turning it into a cereal, one of many candies that are repurposed. Yeah, it's close enough. Gimmick Grade, look, between the design of the box and the idea of doing a Hershey Kisses cereal, I love it. 9 out of 10 for the gimmick. You're gonna see a lot of high gimmick grades today. But for taste, look, this just did not do it for me, and it's not even turning it into like a chocolatey milk like a lot of good chocolate-based cereals do, like Cocoa Crisp or basically any chocolatey cereal. It tastes more like a spoonful of like the Hershey powder more than it does like a Hershey Kiss, which is very smooth and silky. So I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 10 and last place on today's Capsule Countdown. All right, that brings us to 7th place. And 7th place, now I'm being a little tough because of my own personal preferences here, but this is Trix with Trolls World Tour Marshmallows. Now, the positive thing that I'll say about it, oh, by the way, $3.49, also at ShopRite. The thing that I'll say is, they taste exactly like I expected them to. How about you, Ryan? I mean, it tastes like Trix with marshmallows. The design of them is phenomenal and actually really elevated the product to me. I love the swirled Trix berries. And, maybe a little low effort on the troll marshmallows, but they've got the little pointy top. So I'll give the gimmick an 8 out of 10. But in terms of the taste, it is very bright and fruity and sweet, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to get through a bowl unless you're very predisposed to get into the marshmallow and Trix thing. However, if you are, you're going to go much higher on the grade than we did, but it's going to be a 4.5 out of 10 and 7th place on today's Capsule Countdown. But, still, it's exactly what you'd expect of it. You can't be mad. So, 6th place. Here's one where you come in with absolutely no expectations, because what the heck are they even thinking coming out with it? It is the Twinkies cereal, which is $3.98 at Walmart right now.
Look at that.
They do look like little Twinkies. Wow. They did a phenomenal job of designing them. Of course, we covered the honey buns and the donuts. The donuts were phenomenal, by the way. This doesn't really stack up to either of those from a taste perspective. But look, a gimmick of a Twinkie cereal, I have to give it a 10 out of 10.
That's a 10.
I have to give it a 10 out of 10. You have to call it like you see it sometimes. Amazing gimmick. But look, I mean, they did a better job of capturing the Twinkie flavor than I expected. And the big part of that was before you start pouring milk on it, if you just eat a few handfuls out of the box, it has that weird oiliness that's distinctively Twinkie. I don't know how they capture that in a cereal, but they definitely did. That said, we're trying to evaluate its taste like as something that's supposed to be delicious, and I'm not gonna go quite that far. It does give you a little bit of a throat burn too. Did you notice that, Ryan? Like it's got a little bit of that, a little bit of throat burn. Really, in the milk, it wasn't even all that unusual. Ryan, I can tell you're ready to throw a challenge flag here. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 in 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown. Ryan, say your piece.
Woo!
Challenge flag, a holiday-themed challenge flag. What do you got, Ryan?
Half a point.
All right, 5.5 out of 10.
Woo!
Still 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown, but Ryan getting in with the late challenge flag. All right.
Shockingly good. I was prepared for the worst.
I know, and I mean, look, and that's the thing. It's going to exceed your expectations if you think that it's as gross as we thought it was going to be. All right, coming in at 5th place, as we're approaching the halfway mark here, is the first of the Eggo cereal. Now, Eggo cereal, there was like a Twitter campaign where a certain number of likes or retweets that they would bring back Eggo cereal. Now, Eggo cereal only had a maple syrup flavor back in its initial run in 2005, and it looked like this. This is a bonus. This is not counting as the Capsule Archive product, but this is what it looked like back in 2005. As you can see, it's just a regular maple syrup flavor. And this time, they have a blueberry flavor, and that's the one that we put in the 5th place spot. It was $3.99 at Festival Foods. And it's actually pretty easy to find now at Walmart, but it's only in the giant family size boxes for $3.64. The blueberry one was interesting because out of the box, it wasn't very good. I didn't like it. It didn't have any real maple syrup flavor. Ryan, did you really get much of like that waffle flavor, or were you just pretty much in blueberry territory with that?
It was a bright blue.
Bright blue. Not good blueberry, but definitely blueberry. You put it in milk, and the flavor's a little bit more docile, and I think that actually worked to its advantage. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 for taste. But most importantly, the Gimmick Grade of Eggo Waffle cereal, I'm going 9.5 out of 10. Woo! I'm not going all the way to 10, but I really, really, really like it. I love it when brands work together, symmetrically, and they give us nice things to add to the collection. Now, that was 5th place. 4th place is its sister product. So this one is really more of the classic variety. They used to call it maple syrup. Now they call it Homestyle. This is the Eggo Waffle cereal Homestyle variety. And also got it for $3.99 at Festival Foods. And let's take a look at what it looks like in the bowl. Smells like Waffle Crisp. In many ways, it tastes like Waffle Crisp, and Waffle Crisp is discontinued at this point, so this is about as close as you're gonna get. Ryan going in for the soggy bite. Also gonna go a 9.5 out of 10 for the Gimmick Grade. But yeah, I'd say once you get some milk on it and you start to dial back that really intense maple syrup flavor just a little bit, it definitely works out really well. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10 in 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown. And of course, a 9.5 out of 10 for the Gimmick. All right, and that brings us to the bronze medal winner here. And believe it or not, we would have thought that this would have been gross, but they really nailed it. It's the currently Walmart exclusive Jolly Rancher cereal. Now, I know that there's grape, cherry, apple, watermelon, and blue raspberry on the box.
Look at that.
But they're all mixed together despite all looking like they have their own flavor. That's something that we figured out with trial and error there. When you open up the box, it smells like a big old bag of sweet tarts. But then when you put milk on them, they actually taste more like Jolly Ranchers, which is funny because that's dairy and that doesn't make any sense. As far as the gimmick goes, look, I hate giant family-sized boxes, and this is one of the biggest boxes that I've ever seen. So instead of giving them a 10 out of 10, I'm giving them a 9.5. but they deserve a 10. But I'm not doing it because I am tired of boxes that are the size of my entire body. That's too big. That is too big of a box. You're ruining the gimmick. But the taste is actually really good. Like, I could see myself going back and having another bowl of this. I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. And my expectation was like a 2 out of 10. So blew expectations out of the water. Actually kind of delicious cereal. What'd you think, Ryan?
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah, pretty good. So Cheerios got the first and second place win here. Second place is actually going to the toasted coconut Cheerios. I got these for $2.50 at Woodman's. And this is a cereal that actually has been out for a few months now. This is just the first time I've been able to find it in a reasonably sized box. Here's what it looks like, just a little tiny bit browner version of the regular Cheerios. And tastes really, really good. It is a distinctly... Do it, man. Ooh, it's Cheerios, man. It's going to be so soggy. But, you know, look. It tastes like toasted coconut. Not coconut, specifically toasted coconut. And I thought that was kind of a tall task, and they did a really great job. Still has, like, I like Cheerios, right? It's easy to eat. It feels healthy. I don't know if it's healthy or not. It feels healthy. It tastes good. And I really liked them. Brian, what did you think, man?
Very good.
Pretty good?
You're right. Toasted.
Very, very toasted flavor. Toasted scent. Just very, very well-balanced product. Look, from a gimmick perspective, it didn't really blow my mind. I'm going to give it the lowest gimmick grade of the day, a 4 out of 10. But for the taste, exceeded my expectations, 8 out of 10, and second place on today's Capsule Countdown. And that brings us to our winner, and I would have bet the house that this was going to win because it sounds absolutely delicious. It is the Cheerios Oat Crunch Oats and Honey variety. And I got this over at ShopRite as well, $3.29. And man, oh man, it is freaking delicious. It's multi-grain Cheerios, whole oats, and real honey. How do you mess that up? You don't. You don't mess that up. So here is the multi-grain Cheerios. At this point, a lot of that honey has kind of colored the milk, but extremely delicious. It adds a little bit of sweetness, but not overly too much. You know, like multi-grain Cheerios have a weird sweetness to them anyway.
Yeah.
This does kind of elevate that a little bit. The oats do keep it a bit more crunchy. I love the oat crunch line. The cinnamon one was great. Even now.
That was still crunchy.
Impressive.
The oat part.
And that's important because with Cheerios, the very first red flag that you're going to throw up is that thing is going to get soggy really, really fast. These, they definitely held up to the milk. They taste great with or without milk. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 in first place on today's Capsule Countdown. Also a 4 out of 10 for the gimmick grade because, you know, let's face it, Cheerios isn't really all about the gimmick. They're all about just making a quality cereal, and by winning first and second place today, they're definitely leading the new crop of 2020 cereals. But even though we've already gone into the archives already with the cereal today, this is an all-cereal lightning round, and I'm bringing out a soda that came out with a cereal in 1986, when that wasn't a normal thing. So for those of you Northeasterners, especially the New England area, Moxie is a soda that has a lot of regional popularity and was recently acquired by Coca-Cola, like just last year. They also came out with a tropical fruit granola cereal in 1986 for absolutely no reason that didn't taste like Moxie. They used the same logo. I don't know anything about this. But when I went to the Moxie Museum in Lisbon Falls, Maine, 6 years ago, I saw a box of it on display. Even the curator of the museum was like, yeah, this is pretty weird. Like, I don't really even remember it, but thank God I have a box of it because I'll never see one again. Well, after many years of eBaying, I did end up finding one from somebody in Canada, but it is definitely an American product. It's... everything is in English and nothing's in French. But yeah, Moxie had its own cereal. And I can't really find a ton of info about it. but it was a tropical fruit granola cereal, and one that I'm very happy to have in my collection as both a can collector of soda and a cereal box collector as my two primary facets of my product packaging collection. So that's the classic product for today, but of course, stay tuned on Tuesday for an all-new CTC review, and next Friday for an all Pop-Tarts version of the CTC lightning round. So until next time, of course, guys, I will miss you until I see you, and we got a lot of cleaning up to do. Cheers.